Maria Burkowski here. I finally have. This is the third take on trying to do this, on me trying to say about the campaign we're doing for ultimate rights. Okay, and I finally have the handout here, and I am a wanted bearded woman. See, look here. Maria Burkowski, the ever saucy yet bearded and boobless Maria Burkowski, and that's why I put the wanted poster, because I'm a wanted bearded boobless woman. That's why I have this bodyguard here. Ross, do you have the gun?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me see. Shoot. Well, don't aim it towards me. Watch my boobs. I'll have to roll a whole nother set from my dad's closet. No, go ahead, shoot. Go in your shooting stance. Look like Rambo. You don't look like Rambo. You're not intimidating. All right, sit. I had to hire him. And that's... The whole U.S. government is out to get me because I am Maria Burkowski and I'm the deepest philosopher ever. I go deeper than anyone's gone before, and I want to fix all that's what's fucked up with our society, but nobody ever listens to me. And I need the protection from Randy Royce's, was it the Chippendales military? Or no, he'd be more like... Well, no, he has no interest in me because I'm not manly enough looking for him, so he would never attack me in that way. So I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, so I finally have the handout that you'll be seeing on the telephone poles in your nearest town. And I'm definitely, and you know, scumbag Garrity's, where they don't let you have a beard or anything, with their beard discrimination. Let's just say they're gonna have, let's just say that these are gonna be all over the fucking place. So anyway, okay, so this is gonna... You're not doing a very good job for... What if they were deadly? What if they were from the Amazon and they were small African tigers?
I'm well trained.
Gut check?
I'm well trained.
You just took a gut check and figured they're not.
I'm well trained. They're not harmless.
He works at Garrity's. He sprays the lettuce. You know how the lettuce is all wet and crisp for you? He does that. He does that. And see this, like, one-day beard? Oh, he'd be fired. Nazi Garrity's. And that's my whole point on my campaign. Talks about what, Brittany? How we're making this country, because big businesses are not regulated, where it's regulated to not hire people on skin color, right, and race. Like, if you're black, they can't discriminate you, obviously. But if you're anything else, they can. Big businesses, they could morph you into looking how they want. If you have long hair, they'll make you cut it or not have a beard or make you wear a suit, and that's just pretty much making a super race, isn't that, Brittany? It's playing God and making everybody look exactly the same. So the companies regulate skin color, but they don't regulate everything else, and that's pretty much making everybody into a Ken doll clone. And that's one thing I'm talking about on this whole thing, but people don't agree. They're like, well, they own the business, so they could do whatever they want or don't work there. That's such bullshit. Okay, here's an example. I know I said this before in another video, but it's the perfect point to win any debate. The NBA owner, Donald Sterling, who owned the NBA Clippers, right? He wanted a team that's all white because he was racist. But he owns it. Couldn't he, if he technically owns a team, he could do whatever he wants, make them all white? According to the rules by saying, what do people say, Brittany? Oh, well, he owns it. Well, how come he couldn't do it? But how come the New York Yankees could make people not... You can't have long hair or a beard and play for the Yankees. But they own it. So how does that make sense how only skin color, but everybody could be turned into one clone and look all like Ross? Just a bunch of Rosses. Walking around. Spraying that lettuce. No offense. See what I mean? But you get the point that if you stop people from having long hair just because you're turning everybody into looking like one exact thing, when people are... What makes people different? You guys get right? Mm-hmm. If you have a beard, if you have long hair or tattoo, that's what makes somebody somebody. So they regulate skin color, but a big business could say fuck you and own you and make you look like anything else. How's you free? So, that was one thing. That's what I was talking about here real quick, if you don't mind. That's why I put the... Wait. It's right on here. The tail of the tape. See? America... Or the United States, since America's a fucking continent. It's called North America, morons. And Canada and Mexico are on it too. But people sit for some reason. So there you go. America versus Nazi Germany. And I broke down how it's exactly the same. Here we go. See, look. Don't they all look exactly the same? That's what big businesses want you to do. They want you men to have short hair, wear a suit. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong, but when you force someone into, are you free, Brittany, or is that making a race of everyone looking the same? So America is pretty much like Nazi Germany. We're not on the same level, but the same concept. Hitler did what? He wanted all a super race of just blonde-haired, blue-haired people, right? Where they all look the same, right? And he killed all the people that didn't look like it, right? What do you think we did? We came over, fucked over every native, and cut their hair and made them be Christian or whatever and murdered them all. And now with our own people, every big business is making everybody look exactly the same or you don't get work. Ross has to, can't have that 1-inch beard in this so-called free country because everybody has to look the same. So, get my point? So America is creating one super race of one look by letting owners play Hitler, forcing everyone to one look. And also another good point is that hair, like long hair, is a follicle just like skin, which would be like skin color. So they regulate skin but not hair when they're both follicles. That's fun to say. Follicles. Say follicles.
Follicles.
Follicles. So there you go. So here we go. Look at in the red corner. Where's the dramatic announcer? In the red corner. You got America. 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 Fucking. Okay, let's see. What did they do? They genocided all the natives and stole all the land, right? And murdered them all. And we still have the stolen land. That's what the country's planted on. Stolen land. Okay. A super race of all short hair, suit-wearing people where you only get what options of suits? Black, white, or gray, pretty much. And if you wear anything else, that's what... Okay. And in the purple corner, you have Nazi Germany, genocide of all Jews, just like we genocided all the natives. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? But they don't have the land. So the only difference... See, he wanted a super race of all blonde hair, blue eyes. We wanted a super race of... Well, that's the only image you get, or you're a freak minority, a new minority that can't get a job. And everyone, you have to look like that. And that's considered great, which isn't right. So, you guys get my point, right? Is this not good stuff, Brittany, or what? Mm-hmm. So why does everyone think I'm crazy? Why did you leave me for a mailman? Or him. He went from delivering mail to spraying lettuce. And you know what he says every time a customer bothers him? Or bothers him in the work? Let us alone. Well, Oh, Peebo, where are you? Like that one? Okay. So, you get my point, is the only difference is that Hitler tried to conquer the whole world and then he got killed in World War II. But if he wanted, he'd have the whole stolen land and just like we have, the only difference is we still have the land we stole and we're still here. Hence, Model A. What does that say? It says time stopped due to stealing, space in limbo. See, there's North America, the continent. But it all doesn't exist because we stole it, so it's not a real country. So if you're religious... Why would God bless you or think you're good? You're on stolen property. Which leads me to the vagina loophole. Vagina. No, I know you're probably thinking like, where the fuck's this bitch going with vagina? What the fuck? You lost me. I'm turning the video off. You lost me at vagina. No. Give me a chance to explain about this vagina. The vagina loophole. Okay, America. The country has stolen land. And here's what I use the example. It's like if I stole your house. Say you have a house, and that's like considered the land. And I kick you out of your house. I just throw you out and it's mine now. That's what we pretty much did to the natives. We just said, fuck you, you're going to a reservation, and we're stealing your land. Okay, so I steal your house and now it's mine. See, I'm in it. And then I have a baby. So then I have a wife and we stole your fucking house, and I have a baby. So then it's almost like the baby becomes a legal citizen and gets to have your stolen house, like it's now their house because they were born on it. That's just like the country. They say, oh, we came over from Europe and we stole the fucking land, but then people say, oh, I'm a legal citizen because I was born here. I'm an American. No, you're not. You're like the baby. Doesn't anybody get where I'm going here? You came out of the vagina of a person who came over and stole the land. The vagina loophole. Does anybody get where I'm going with this, Brittany? Mm-hmm. See, it's just like with the house. If I steal your house, it's not mine, and then have a baby in it, and then the baby gets to keep the house. We literally are babies, the DNA of descendants of our ancestors who stole the land. So we're still stolen property, but we're allowed to just say we have it because we were born on here. But I'm still the DNA from Europe. I'm still. Does anybody get where I'm going with?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much legal by bullshit just because I happen to. That doesn't make me legal. So there's your. So let me read it. Hold on. Okay. So the country is stolen land. It's like if I stole your house, the land, kicked you out, had a baby, becomes legal citizen by birth, so the baby's legal to have the stolen home, the land, and you're out like the natives. Mine now, bitch. I even really wrote that there. To show I mean business. So, we're not legal, really, because our DNA family had to steal it for you to even be here. You came out of the vagina. Get it? So they stole the land, then they had their, and then you eventually came out. Get it? Because you are your family's DNA. So you're not an American. You're European by default because of the DNA of your great-great-grandparents. Get it? How do you argue that point? So you're on here so they have the whole loophole where you get to be here because you came out of because you were born here. That's bullshit. You're still guilty by association by harboring stolen land. Yes or no? So why do people argue me, Brittany? It's a fucking joke. It's just that bullshit that they tell you to say it's okay. It's okay anyway. The name America. Oh, we went over this 1,000 times. Oh, Brittany's gonna leave me again. I'll see you guys like. No. Okay. It's named after Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, and he's the first European guy, the explorer, to come over and find the land and find the natives, and then went back, and then we stole it and murdered them all. So why the fuck would we call it America when it just represents? Oh yay! Fucking over all the natives. Let's just rub it in their face and call the country America. See? How is that a nice thing? That's just fucking disgusting. And then people don't even know why it's called that. That's what campaign is one, to regulate long hair just like we do skin color and everything else that makes you you. That's A. B, get rid of the name America because it's fucking disgusting. Like Columbus. Okay. C, the flag. Okay, hold on. The flag, okay, what is a flag, Brittany? A symbol, right? Okay. And a symbol is only as good as what it represents. And the flag is out of date and racist, and it's older than the Confederate flag. It's a slave owner's flag made by when this country was just the colonies, and it was called what, Brittany?
New England.
New England, meaning what? England over here, and they wanted only English white people. Women were nothing. Black people were just slave, considered nothing, right? They didn't want any type of Italian, anybody. They were just English. It was New England. Then later on, they fucking stole all the land. Like when Abraham Lincoln used the military to murder all the natives and steal it. Yeah, he's a great guy. You're right, Randy Royce. I love the U.S. Army. Fucking moron. So there you go. So people are like, be presentable. You're only as good at your here's what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to read this. A flag is a symbol, and this flag was made by who? It was made in This was made by the slave owners, which makes it racist by association because who does it represent? That America. That's who made it. It's their symbol. Right or wrong, Brittany? So this U.S. flag is racist, but yet everybody waves it like, oh, it's a great thing, and they hate the Confederate flag. No, they're both racist because this is actually older than the Confederate flag, and they're both made. People hate the Confederate flag. Why, Brittany? This is a test to prove my point to everyone. Why do they hate it? Because it's associated with wit.
Yeah, racism.
Okay, but was this if it's made by slave owner, scumbag, or forefather that hate black people? So this makes it just as racist. It's worse. Yeah. Right or wrong? Right. So how come people like the Confederate flag, not this one? So it just shows you how wrong everybody is, and they never thought of it. And that's why I'm the deepest philosopher ever that will blow your mind. Not And that's my point. And then I put even here on the hand or on the U.S. flag offensive. It was meant to be racist by slave owners. And then people say the swastika, Hitler's thing is bad. No, it ain't. It was actually a symbol of peace, and Hitler altered it to bad. But the U.S. flag was always racist. Is that not a good point? So the U.S. flag is actually worse than the Confederate flag and the swastika because it's the oldest, and it's made by Martha Watt. That was the real racist slave owners flag. And when you think of America, you should be thinking of this crying native here who got fucking murdered and thrown in a dumb reservation just so you could have this fucking house like I'm in right now, this house. So I'm guilty by it. I'm on... Okay. And see, what else didn't we cover? Are we good? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And then, obviously, if you're watching this, you already know about the fucking... No, I don't have to... Okay. And then I just put me. And see, there's me. And, see, there's me with the beard. So then people think, oh, I'm a guy. I also cover how gender is made up. See? And then there's me without the beard. And that's no makeup. See? And then there's me. And then people think I'm a girl. So there you go. And I just put me. Da-da-da-da. Introduce. And, this other water poster like this, it says, by the U.S. government, we gotta stop this bearded bitch. So like that. It's like, we gotta stop this bearded bitch. U.S. government. Okay, so, one last thing. So I said how we're covering all that for the campaign, right, Brittany? We're making petitions and all over to did I not prove the point you can't argue this, that they are bad things? That we need to get rid of them. And just make a new, whatever. We have to go to the ancestors of Sitting Bull and the native and just make peace and ask if we could actually stay to make it official, because right now we're using stolen property, which makes us guilty by association. It'd be like the same thing like if your parents told you you stole something and you didn't return, aren't you still guilty? Okay, they say, oh, I'm not the one who actually pulled the trigger or killed the person, but that'd be like if you had a friend, right? And then they go and rob a bank, and then you're the getaway driver, or they come and give you some of the money. Well, you're guilty by association by using some of the money, just like we're using this stolen land, even if maybe we weren't the ones who necessarily killed them. Get it? So you're still just as guilty. You're guilty by association, but everybody wants to just la 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 la. I can't hear you, Maria. Oh, you're a fucking freak. No, I'm right, and I'm tired of. So anyway, and there's that one thing, and I wanted to cover... Hold on, I know, I'm done, hold on. The gender thing. Nobody ever goes into this. Everybody's fighting for women's rights, gay rights. Okay, anytime, I know I said this 1,000 times in the label video on the one, but I came up with a new... Every label puts you in a separate category, and everything is racist. White European people saw African people and called them black because they weren't white. So when you say black, it's actually an insult. They say, oh, you black... because they didn't look like them. It's an insult. So it's just a label to put you in a separate category that you're not equal. Same thing. People want women want women's rights, but they don't realize that even woman isn't. Nobody ever thought of this. Woman is actually an insult term, because if you're equal, why would you need two separate labels of something? Right? Why would you need man and woman if you're both one equal thing? Nobody ever thought of that, right? See, woman was made to make a separate label saying, well, you're under me, you're not good enough to me, so you're woman. It's actually a slave time, it's an insult. The term woman, you're really just human. But they made up these labels, it's almost like it's just made to keep women down. Does that make sense, Brittany, or no?
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
They made up man, right? The label, which is just a made up bullshit label. And then, instead of just being both men and one has a different part, or human, equal, nope, you're a woman. You're in a separate category. You're beneath me. That's what it is. So you don't need women's rights. You just need to get rid of all these labels, and then there'd be nothing to fight for. Everybody would be equal. There wouldn't be gay, woman. You just be human, and then everyone's all one category. You don't have everyone dumped into separate categories like, oh, you're a trans, you're going over here. You're black, you go over here. You're gay, go over here. All we're doing is separating everybody. So I shouldn't be a woman or a man. I'm a human, and I don't have a fucking stereotypical... I shouldn't have a stereotypical label or assumption of me of what I'm supposed to act like. It's all made up. There is no labels. A woman is a slave title. I just wanted to say that because nobody seemed to think of that. That's a good point. Right or wrong? Every label just separates people into different categories and keeps us further apart. I know I said this 100 times, but the woman thing was good. So I'm done. This is the handout that you'll be seeing. This is my bodyguard in case you ever try to start something. After seeing this and you're getting all pissy. 'Cause I'm the deepest philosopher ever, and I have Ross. Da-da-da-da-da, working on the song. All right. So there you go. That's the video. So petitions are going to be coming soon, so we could actually, but this is just... All right. That's it.